Hey everyone and welcome to the Korea International Circuit. Today we are driving as Felipe Massa in the Williams for a 25% race as we have the lights. And we are go here in Korea, and looks like we've got a better start than Alonso on our right hand side. Looks like Hamilton's jumped Rosberg into the first corner, but going into the first corner, braking very early. Alonso is still there on our outside, but I think we can get him on the power. And into turn 2, we're just going to squeeze him slightly wide, and we are ahead. And we're now going to look at slipstreaming the two Mercedes in front of us of Hamilton and Rosberg. Hamilton currently ahead of Rosberg. We're slipstreaming, we've got great momentum. We're over 200 mile an hour now into 8th gear, down the inside, and we have got them, but we've gone slightly wide. We've spun up the rear to try and get around the corner, and Hamilton's actually hit us a bit there, which I was a bit surprised by. Now, if you're wondering, I am running a tyres mod, which is why they look slightly different, slightly better. And I'm running a steering wheel LED mod, as well as obviously the Martini livery on the Williams, but most people use that now anyway because it's like real life instead of the black and blue that is in the default game. But moving on, looks like Hamilton has got a good exit. Well, we've had a really bad exit out of that corner, and that's my favourite set of corners, that one that we just went through. But now we're going to move on to lap 2 along the longest straight in F1, although not anymore because I don't race there anymore. But Hamilton is slipstreaming us, and will he get us into the very slow hairpin? He's going down the inside, very brave to go down the inside here, and he has given up the move, and he might even be attacked by Rosberg, but we've gone very wide actually at the hairpin. But Hamilton has stayed ahead of Rosberg, but we're now going to move on to lap 3 in exactly the same place, but obviously now they're going to have the DRS as we've gone slightly wide there and got dust on our tyres, which led to us having a poor exit, but Hamilton is now going to use the DRS. Will he be able to pass us? Rosberg set at 1:44.2, we're in a 1:44.3, so it's very similar pace here as Hamilton has the DRS open. He's gone side by side with us, and he's gone past, now going to dart to the inside, hoping to outbrake him into the hairpin. We've gone slightly wide again, Hamilton undercuts us, but looks like we've still got a chance in the exit here, and looks like our OP straight line speed is going to help us a lot against the Mercedes. The Williams has excellent straight line speed, and towards the end of the first sector in the left-hander we've got the braking done, and it looks like he's going to now try and switch back as he, but there's no space, and I think there's actually a little tap there. If you look to the mirror you'd have seen I'd tap Hamilton's front wing a bit because there was no chance of me making the corner otherwise. But we're now going to skip on to lap 5, getting close to our pitting lap, still setting really consistent lap times within like 4/10 of each other. We've gone wide the first corner, and looks like that might allow Hamilton through, although he hasn't really taken as much advantage as I thought, as Rosberg is now going to have a attack. Are we going to go 3 wide? I don't think just yet, but I have the DRS. I wasn't expecting that, and it looks like I'm just going to go straight past Hamilton, and Rosberg's going to go straight past Hamilton, but Rosberg might have an attack at us in this hairpin, but he hasn't. But we've now gone wide, and Rosberg may still have an attack at us, but we have the drive out of the corner. We've got a train going behind us because our tyres are degrading pretty quickly. So on lap 6 we go for our pit stop, and it looks like Hamilton has pitted already and it's trying to go for the undercut, so we'll see where he comes out and see whether he can jump us. We're coming into the pits now. Obviously Rosberg will be served first before us, so we need to hope that we have a good pit stop from the Williams people, as we're down into second place, as I think my teammate has passed us and gone into the lead. But a change of tyres onto the prime tyres, the white walled mediums, and out of the pits, and Bottas is currently leading, but he hasn't pitted, and it looks like we haven't been jumped by Hamilton. We can't see him anywhere at the moment, and on exit of the pits we're going to look behind us, and Rosberg is just joined in front of Hamilton, so it looks like they could be battling, which could give us a chance of winning this Grand Prix. But moving on to lap 7, and our teammate has now pitted, and we're going to move up into the lead of the Grand Prix. Felipe Massa, of course, hasn't won a race since Brazil 2008, and his closest chance was Canada in 2014, really, before he got stuck behind Sergio Perez. But on lap 9 you'll see that I've been just slowly pulling away from the Mercedes. It's now a gap of 3.3 seconds. But after this I noticed that the tyre starts feeling pretty bad, and I'm not sure about the Mercedes, but I think they might have better tyre wear than me. As you see on lap 12 we go very wide, and the tyres are dying at this point. Rosberg has cut the gap down to 2.6. We've got a very slow Sauber in front of us of Adrian Sutil, and you can see how much we're fighting the car. We've got Overset all the way around that corner. He's lost his front wing, and now Rosberg is going to be right on us very soon if we keep on going like that. A 46.0 compared to the lap times we were doing before of a 44.7, as we've locked up into the first corner, and that sends us a bit wide, and that's going to cost us momentum onto the straight. So we're struggling here for tyres, as on lap 13 we're stuck behind Jules Bianchi in the Marussia, and we can't actually get past. He's got blue flags obviously, but he hasn't let us pass yet, so that's cost us some more time. But we're now going to just pass him as he gets out the way pretty well there at the end. But Rosberg is really chomping down that gap on lap 14 into the hairpin. We've locked up both tyres at one point there, and we've got awful traction out of the corner, so Rosberg seems to have kind of halted his charge. But then later on lap 14, I was on the menu screen, and then I just for some reason clicked the camera view, and that sent me wide. I was just distracted, and looks like Rosberg could be within 2 seconds of me now. He's within one corner of me actually. But our tyres are now got a lot of wheel spin out of every corner. We've got plenty of fuel. Fuel didn't seem to really go down. I had it on rich fuel mix for most of the race. It didn't seem to go down, so I don't know whether that's a glitch, because of course this isn't a proper circuit. But we've gone very wide at that corner there, and now out of turn 12, I think it is. I've forgotten the amount of turns around this track. Then into the last sector of this lap. I really love this last sector when you're on fresh tyres, but on old tyres it could be a real pain. That Rosberg is right behind us, as we've got lots of understeer in that left-hander, and they've been very squirrely out of the exit. But heading towards the end of the lap, can we keep this lead? I think we can. We've had a slide and we've got no traction, and look how much we're correcting the car. The oversteer is just crazy. The rears won't stay in place. Rosberg is right behind us, but he's got no way past. We're going to head to the line to win at Korea. A pretty good victory there, and a pretty good race, I thought. But that's first place for Felipe Massa's first win since 2008, and with Rosberg second and Hamilton third, and our teammate down in 8th. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. There will be more like this with tracks that aren't actually in F1 2014, because I've also got tracks like India and the Nurburgring and Brands Hatch and Jerez. But I'll see you next time. Goodbye.